Hey, what's up, gamers? Welcome back. Welcome back to the studio. It's Friday. It's Friday once again. And much like last Friday, here we are, live, coming to you live with some more game design content. Let me get this intro music turned down. Maybe we'll just turn it all the way off. How about that? All the way off. Cool. Well, today is today's a bit of an exciting day. I should have prepped like some kind of cute way to intro this, but we've got Arl here. Arl, what's
Hello.
up, dude?
Hi,
Everybody say hi to Arl. Arl is going to be helping me out with streaming for the next while. So get ready to hear a lot of this guy's voice because we're still kind of figuring out what the proper amount of Arl on the stream is. But I'm kind of thinking co-host. I'm kind of leaning in the co-host direction. So,
That's a high honor to hold. Thank you. I didn't know. I got promoted my first day.
That's right. Your first day, you're already making moves. You guys are gonna have to let me know how Arl's audio is if I need to turn him up. I've got him at like 30%, but well, not 30%. 30. It says 30 on the stream. The numbers. I don't know how to explain this. There's a number. There's numbers. The number that Arl is at right now is 30. I imagine he might need to be higher than that. So please, I'm turning him up to 20. So we'll see how this goes. Let me hop back over here to this desktop scene. Yeah, here we go. All right, so well, I guess first let's just okay. So first of all, we've got Zach in the chat. What's up, Zach? Good to see you again.
Zach says turn me up a little bit.
Turn him up
Maybe.
a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Well, I got you at 20 now. Here, give me some audio, Arl.
Hi.
Just yap.
This is test audio. I am a classic stage 5 yapper testing out the audio quality.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think we're gonna keep you right here. Let me know if it needs to change again, but I think for now we're gonna call that good. What's up, dude? How you been? You're telling me before we got started about your day that you've been having.
Oh yeah, wild day of scurrying back and forth to get tickets to a Broadway show. But we finally got it, and we're here.
Heck yeah!
And now that I think about it, they don't make. We were having a talk, which I think we'll get into, about video game board games. How come I never get a Broadway show board game? Where's my Broadway show board game?
Are there really no Broadway show board games?
I don't think that a single Broadway show has been turned into a
You're
board
so
game.
right. How is that not? That feels like the perfect demographic crossover.
How do
make so much money?
We get in contact with Lin-Manuel Miranda and get rights for the Hamilton card game. And
the
how do
Hamilton
we make a
card
Hamilton game? Yeah, this is a two-part dilemma now. How do we get the rights to it, and how do we make the official Hamilton card game?
Yeah, this is a great question, and I think we should try to find an answer to. What's up, Jerry? We're doing good. Doing good on a Friday. Excited to do a little chilling, a little gaming. How about you, man? How are you doing? But yeah, Hamilton card game. I mean, you would know what other ones would be ripe for board game adaptations. But
Zach's with me right now, saying there's a huge untapped potential for theater kid gamer kid crossover. I agree. Yeah. I know so many people that do both.
Yeah.
Much to think about.
Much to consider, isn't it? Speaking of considering things, why don't we consider this Board Game Geek homepage that we're looking at?
There's something I know that there's the elephant in the room that we're going to talk about eventually, but I do want to say we were talking about yesterday, before we get into the highly inappropriate, we were talking about yesterday how we aren't huge fans of video games turned board games, because why would you play the board game when you could just play the video game? And immediately, I don't know if you've noticed this, but on the crowdfunding countdown, there is a video game board game there right now.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, Europa Universalis is a grand strategy game by Paradox
is it now?
Interactive.
Well, why don't we just get right into it? Why don't we start there? So this is getting crowdfunded right now. By the way, I think this is the way we're going to open up the show every day now. Is just checking out the Board Game Geek homepage because this is a lot of fun. Okay, so first of all, they've already committed the cardinal sin of having no ratings yet on Board Game Geek. I feel like you gotta send it out. You gotta have some reviews already like locked in when you do your crowdfunding countdown. Am I right here? What do you think, Carl? What do you think when you see this page with no ratings on it?
I mean, I guess the game is still in development. I always think it's strange to put a game onto Kickstarter where 0 people have played it.
Oh, is it still in development? Like the development right now?
Well, I don't know. It doesn't have any reviews, and the Kickstarter's still going for it. So,
well, not for long. 35 minutes and 20. Oh no, that's how long it took to reach. 3 days left. Okay, they got a little time.
They made $500,000.
Yeah, that's a big number. Should we watch their intro video? Let's see.
Just for reference for everybody else, I'll just put this out there because I just looked it up. Europa Universalist, the last game in the series, came out on my birthday, August 13th of 2013. So it's a 10-year-old game at this point. It is a grand strategy game where you play as a entire country, and you are basically responsible for that country's trade, exploration, war, economy. These games are like highly, highly complex with insane AI in them that basically makes it feel like you are running a country in like the 1500s or 1600s or whatever year it is.
Sure.
And like discovering nations. It's the kind of thing that my first thought is immediately nightmare to set up. I would not want to play this as a board game.
Yeah, dude. I was just about to say, I'm sure all of this translates super well to tabletop. I'm sure all of the little minutiae is going to be really fun and engaging to have to deal with. And yeah, the setup sounds fun. Let's see though. Let's see what the production value is like on this.
Ah, the price of power.
The price of
I
power.
have sacrificed more than you will ever know.
Are we in?
Do you
this is
really
not
think
1080p. Don't
you
lie to me.
have what it takes to be in this position?
Hear anything, so.
Very well. Come with me, and I'll share with you what
we
I
can't
have
hear anybody.
learned.
Oh, you can't hear this?
No.
I'm pretty sure you should be able to. Well, the stream should be able to hear it.
Oh, wait. Sorry.
I don't think you can hear it. Should I? Okay, maybe I need to figure out a way to turn this on.
No, that's my fault. That's my fault.
Okay. Is it good?
I'm waiting.
First, you must hire clever and trustworthy advisors. What they tell you will cause anxiety and pain.
Okay, cool.
But it will open your eyes to the reality that surrounds
I
you.
saw that. Okay. Every time I see like the split second of them showing the board, I like have an anxiety attack. So many tokens. There's so many tokens and cards.
There's so many tokens. I paused the video because let's just have a look at this card real quick. Look at this card. Look at all the text on this card. Now,
Yeah.
I come from like a trading card game background where it was notorious for, too much text on cards. I feel like this is a little egregious.
I don't understand what you're talking about. I think it's very simple. To make a new alliance, you remove 2 cube from target National Public Radio and add 2 of your own cube.
Yeah, then if you target National Public Radio, if you and target NPR are both at peace, you now have the most cubes in their areas. You get flags. Oh, with target. I guess that's alliance.
And it costs 1 less dove if you have a spy network card to play. I just think it's easy. It's easy.
Yeah. Well, plus Thomas is down here, and he's telling us that we get +2. And there's also a 4 here, but it has an asterisk. Oh, that's this. Okay. It's 4, but sometimes it's 2, but sometimes you read the asterisk, and it's also 2 down here. I don't know, man. I can appreciate that this will never be the type of game for me. This will never be my type of game, but
I want to say to not sound like a total hater.
Yeah.
I think it's very cool every time a company wants to turn a huge video game into a board game. And I know that there are always going to be people that really want to do it and play it. My only thing about it is like, it's so strange because it's like, you could play this game right now instantly and
Yes.
not need to set anything up. Or you could spend $180 on a box and take it out and then spend probably 20 to 30 minutes setting the entire game up, and then probably 30 minutes to 2 hours trying to teach people the rules of the game, and then
Good
play
luck.
half of it before somebody's like, I don't know, dude, can we play Carcassonne?
Yeah. Good luck ever roping anybody into learning this game. You have to like have friends that are already bought in. They already also want to play the Europa Universalis board game, and they're like equally stoked about it to you. Otherwise, you are not dropping this on the table at like game night. You know, that's just not happening.
Yeah,
That's just not happening. Anyways, let's continue.
You, harsh as it is, they will save your skin on many occasions, but never tell them that.
Oh, there's Cube.
Govern your subjects firmly but justly. Lead by
Cube
example
things.
to gain their respect, thereby securing the stability of your realm. Make sure you have friends in all corners of the known world. But watch them closely. Trust no one blindly. A network of spies is invaluable when you need to second-guess the next move of both friends and rivals. Whisper half-truths in their ears when they feel they can jump at your throat. Your disciplined army should be ready to take them by surprise and crush them swiftly. They won't see it coming until it's too late.
Wait, hold on. Let's get a better look at those dice real quick. Icon dice? That's not as bad as I thought it was. I was thinking this is going to be... These symbols look really similar to one another, but that's not that bad, actually. I do love the war token, though. It's just a nice little vector flame image, a raster flame image, rather. Yellow triangle.
Yeah, you can't call the little war symbols, you can't call them meeples anymore. You'll get sued. So...
Oh, you can't call... Is meeples... Was that a big thing?
Carcassonne copyrighted meeples this past
Oh my gosh.
It was a whole thing. Yeah.
That has some pretty big implications, I think, for like a lot of board game YouTube channels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Rule the seas and trade will prosper. Make sure your ships come
nice.
back.
We got charts. There's charts on the cards now. Are you kidding me, dude?
Oh my god.
That's so...
What am I looking at? I'm like a second behind with the stream because the stream has like a 6-second delay to it, so I just saw the charts and I'm like, what am I looking at here? There's like the charts have charts in them.
Yeah,
like,
there's multiple.
Like the charts have subcharts to them. You know where it's really easy to get all of this information in a video game where you press the little eye icon and it says "Tell me more." And then it's like, hey, this mechanic deals with this in a video game, and we do all of this for you. And now you have to do all of that yourself.
Yeah, they should really make a video game out of this. I feel like this board game would work better as a video game, actually.
Oh.
Back with fine spices,
they probably just didn't have the budget.
Silk and furs.
Yes.
Your people will remain loyal when the riches of the world flow into the marketplaces of your cities. If you can find the sea route to India and the Far East, or even richer lands still, you shall be a king among kings. Surely there is more to discover under the heavens than what is thus far known.
I genuinely feel like they've introduced like 5 different board games. The boards keep coming. They don't stop.
So many boards.
Diseases and revolts might spring from the most obscure causes. The mind of those...
I mean, that's another good point, though, is that, like, at a certain point, if your board game is this complex, should you not be thinking about just, like, expansions? You know? Like, put out the base version, and then have, like, the Sail to India expansion.
If you check the website, I think that it has the base game and an expansion for it already. Unless I'm really wrong about that. It seemed like... Wait, let me check it quickly.
Oh, this is a reprint. Oh,
is it? Okay.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah, it has an expansion already.
Okay, if this is a reprint, tell me why when I go to the Board Game Geek page for this, there's no ratings.
That's a good point. Can we also take a look at the all-in pledge?
Oh, I would love to look at the all-in pledge. I would love to take a look at this all-in. Is this... I only see one tier.
Oh, where are you looking?
I'm on their Game Found. Am I? Oh, no, here it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, deluxe edition reprint.
Here's your rewards. There you go. Scroll down.
Yeah. Okay, so this is returning backer. Oh my gosh. Newcomer all-in. Oh, wow. Newcomer all-in pledge.
Yeah.
Well,
for
it's
the
nice
low price of €435.
Yeah. Could be yours. Well, it was really nice of them to knock it down from €610.
Do some math quickly.
It's the lowest price in 30 days.
That is $661.
Awesome. It's not shipping
the
either.
Standard price.
It doesn't include shipping.
Oh, of course not.
Probably doesn't include taxes either.
Oh, definitely not.
So yeah, we're looking at that's going to be like an $800 transaction, I'm pretty sure.
Just so you know, with the Steam Summer Sale, Europa Universalis 4, $11.99 right now.
It really puts things in perspective, doesn't it? At what point is it? Zach, that's a great point. I think for $900, you could probably just buy a gaming PC and the PC version of this.
Yeah.
And come out ahead.
You could buy a mid-tier laptop for $400 and then buy a copy of the game. You could buy a laptop that runs this game and the game for that price, for the all-in price. And here's the best part. You can use the laptop for other things.
Yeah. Well, and also no setup time.
Yeah.
That's hours of your life you get back. Okay. Well, I don't want to sound like I'm dunking on this game too much. I'm sure there's people out there that enjoy this and are excited about it. But it does kind of make you think, It just... Yeah. So, all right. Well, now that we've looked at that, why don't we look at another... there's another game on this list of equal weight and importance, I think. Yeah. That I would love to get to.
Well, it's got a Board Game Geek rating, so technically speaking.
Does it? Okay.
Right now. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna look at the Dick Sits. Before we even look at this game, I have some qualms. Okay, with Board Game Geek, I have a bone to pick here. I feel like having a game called The Dick Sits at the top of your ostensibly family-friendly board game website. Not a great look. I feel like this is not a great look for Board Game Geek, and I think maybe the content moderation team should not be asleep at the wheel like this. There was another one up here when we were looking at it a couple days ago. Here it is, Night Shift.
It's a 12,
I'm less upset about Night Shift because, first of all, the image and the name are not quite as provocative, shall we say. But this is also a game about you play as a stripper and you charm worthwhile customers into emptying their wallets. Now, I have nothing against a stripper game. I think that's a cool concept. My only, shall we say, criticism is that maybe this shouldn't be on, again, the front page of a family-friendly... maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Board Game Geek isn't trying to be, like, family-friendly.
I don't know what Board Game Geeks, like, I don't know what their whole thing is. You know what I mean? Like, at the same time, are they... If they're trying to be just, like, a database, right? Like, if they're trying to be like an IMDb, obviously, it's their job to catalog, and much like IMDb... There's going to be not family-friendly things on there. There's going to be inappropriate films and TV shows on IMDb. But if they also want to be, like, a review forum and a shopping center
Yeah.
and a bunch of other things that Board Game Geek is, which other places like IMDb aren't. I don't know what kind of moderation needs to take place to put things on there. I can tell you that, like, the last time I went on Board Game Geek, I was trying to find reviews for Sky Team, which came out this past year, which is like a really good 2-player co-op game about
we love Sky Team.
Yeah, and I was like, I feel like there's a lot of families that are buying Sky Team, and probably trying to figure out what to do, because it's not necessarily a complex game. It's apparently, according to Board Game Geek right now, the 10th highest rated family game on their website. So if you're a family trying to find information about Sky Team and you show up and the first thing there is the Dick game, I'd be like, interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. It is very interesting. It's certainly a look to have for your website. Is it the look that I would choose? Probably not. But I guess at the end of the day, it's their prerogative, and they can put whatever they want on the hot. So I agree. I mean, I agree that, as a cataloging service, I wouldn't want them to not list NSFW games on their on the catalog side of their operation, I guess I would just have second thoughts about displaying it on the hotness list. And I get that the hotness list is like supposed to be an accurate representation of the games that people are talking about the most on the website. And then it's like maybe not their place to decide what can and can't be on the list. I guess that's the argument that they would make for having it up, right? But I just don't know that you gain a lot by having that there, and I think you do probably lose. Like, I would love to stream the front page of Board Game Geek at the start of my Twitch show and not have a game called The Dick Sits front and center for all of my viewers. It would be nicer
if, like, the games literally on all sides of it had a nicer splash art image than what is there right now, too. That's certainly not... It's not helping its case right now.
That is true. That is true. All that being said, should we have a look at... I guess this isn't a Kickstarter thing. This is just
no, it's out. Hotness. Yeah.
5.2? Come on. Why is this on the hotness list? Is it just people dunking on it? I don't know what the criteria is for getting on this list, but... Oh, look at this. Look at this. Why is BGG... We're not the only ones discussing this right now. Why is BGG allowing this game to be on here?
There you go.
This is a game. Should we see what they have to say?
Yeah, I'm very interested.
I don't know how these... Okay, first of all, the thread is locked. So maybe the mods aren't as asleep as we were previously thinking. This guy sends an image of what I assume is their... Yeah, okay. You must be 18. Okay, so I guess the argument is that you have to be 18 years old in order to be on Board Game Geek anyways. It's not permitted to use the site.
You must be at least 18 years old to create an account, and anyone under the age of 16 is not permitted to use the site. What a weird space for 17-year-olds.
Yeah,
what a strange limbo they find themselves in.
You could use your
They're
parents'
allowed
account,
to use
buddy.
the site, but they can't make their own account. Yeah.
Okay, well, still, I don't know. I'm not like seriously actually concerned that like a child is gonna get onto Board Game Geek and see this and like be inappropriate, you know?
It actually does bring up the larger question of, isn't it interesting that board games are like the one entertainment medium that don't have any rating system to them at all? Like anybody can buy any game. Like even I think comic books now, I think even comic books have kind of like age suggestion ratings on them because a lot of comics are getting kind of, violent and more mature.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, board games, it's strange because you can be going back to the video game hypothetical again. You can be a kid and you can walk into GameStop at 10 years old and you can say, I want to buy Dark Souls 3, and the guy will be like, you actually can't because you're not over 17.
Right.
So you legally cannot buy this game. And then that child can go on Amazon and buy Dark Souls the board game. and there's no age check.
I mean, if we're being real, I could probably buy Dark Souls, the video game, on Amazon.
Hey, you can buy it on Amazon too. I know that's not the point.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, I think if this kind of stuff continues, then maybe we will be seeing age ratings in board games at some point in the future. It's just been like kind of a wholesome media up until now, I feel like, but it's starting to get large enough that you have to address these things, you know?
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's a fun little rabbit hole that we just went down.
Yeah, I think Zach's right. Zach said it's just people, or Zach's basically questioning, like, is it just showing up on the hotness page because people are arguing about it and nobody's actually playing it? And I think that might be the case of what it is.
Yeah, that's it. How many? Okay, I hate to keep clicking on this because now I'm going to start getting like recommended ads for.
They say there's no such thing as bad publicity, and it might be true in this case.
Yeah, I mean, we've just spent how long talking about it now? So
yeah,
I guess that's kind of the idea at work. Yeah, it looks like it doesn't have that many ratings. Only 13 people say they own it. So, not sure exactly what the deal is here. There's no official link. I'm not sure where you buy this. What happens if you click buy a copy? Okay, there's no listings found. So, I don't know if it's like if it's in Kickstarter limbo right now or what the deal is, but it's at the top of the hotness list, and there's no place to buy it, and there's not even like that many comments about it. There's like a few threads, so I mean, it really begs the question, like, how did it make it to the top of the hotness list? You know, I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah.
Hard to say. Very hard to say. Yeah. All right, well, that's enough of that. Let's get back. Let's do a few more of these. Let's do some more crowdfunding countdowns.
Yeah.
Order of the day, Normandy ends in 14 hours. I mean, is this even going to be worth looking at? I already know I'm not going to be interested in this.
Maybe not the most exciting.
Yeah, there's 2 images. Oh, there's more than 2. Oh, what is... Okay, so this is clearly like a... Who's publishing this? I'm going to guess this is like a self-published thing. Let's see. Visit project. 101 backers. $5,000. Yep. Looks like it's just somebody making their game. So, I mean, that's cool. You get out there and you do you. Yeah. Okay, that's normally. Let's do one that we might actually be interested in. Incubo. Or what did you want to look at?
Yeah, if you want to scroll down a little, I scrolled down into the crowdfunding thing, like 4, and I'm a big fan of co-op games.
Okay.
So there's this one for 2025 called Blood. Which is being a team of vampire hunters, and that one looks very interesting to me.
Oh yeah, check this out. Check that out. Now that's a mini.
Yeah. I mean, also, you know me, I love minis, so...
Sheesh. Alright, that's... Okay. Have a look at this, though. Is this really what you want to play?
I mean, it's a lot. I would be hypocritical if I said I was excited for that, but not Europa Universalis again.
That's right. They do have better minis than Europa, though. I will say.
Oh
that.
Yeah. I think overall their aesthetic is more put together.
Yeah, definitely.
All the pieces look like they belong on the same game.
Yeah, we've got more than just Times New Roman font going on. So that's already... All right, let's visit the project. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. They've got a video. Awesome. Let's check it out. Okay, we got like a carnival type theme going on.
fear, ladies and gentlemen. That was part of the show. Welcome to Blood, a cooperative boss battle game for wonderful players from our friends
wait, hold on. That's so cool. The way the box opens up and there's like fangs on the side.
Oh.
That is so cool.
That is actually really good design.
Players from our friends at Ludus Magnus. In this game, players control my troopers, the members of Vasil's Follies Company, in challenging battles against vampires. We offer 3 game modes: story, roguelite, and single battle. You can follow a procedurally generated setup or customize it thanks to the resources gathered. You can choose difficulty nemesis, minions, and even the location. You'll find the garden, the graveyard, the halls, well, many scary places. I challenge you to interact with the many scenic elements included in this heavy box. But how does it work, you ask?
Okay, how heavy is the box? They bring up a good point here. What is this box looking like? And also, is it, okay, so it is going to be a little bit more than Europa.
Yeah.
It is going to run you a little bit more, but if we're being honest, not that much more. Not that much more for what I would consider.
I'm not trying to be biased towards it, but I also feel like from what we've watched of the video so far, I feel like I actually am starting to understand the premise of how to play the game more than I was with Europa's trailer.
Yes. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Not only am I understanding how it's played, but I am like marginally excited to actually play it. Like
I will say
it looks like a D&D kind of thing.
As a person that works for a company that makes miniatures, this is maybe going to be my most controversial take, but I wish that companies would make versions of their game. Oh wait, maybe they have made one. I was going to say I wish that they made versions of their game where instead of having a huge mini for everything, they just have like tokens that you can use. And I think they actually have that. Yeah. They have a version for $65 where everything is tokens instead of miniatures.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's pretty nice. That's a good...
To me, that's a smart idea. I don't think everybody needs a game with 500 miniatures in it.
Yeah. I totally agree. I think this is really smart.
Yeah.
I'm trying to wrap my head around. So for 209 euros, you get all of these boxes. Am I understanding this correctly?
Which version?
You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes.
The Endless Night version?
The Crimson Carnival version for 209 euros. It includes every add-on planned for this campaign.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
I mean, that feels like a pretty good deal. Endless Night version too is like, oh my god.
It feels better than $650.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel yeah, that's so true. The all-in thing for okay. Well, hold on, let's side by side this. Let's just go back to this real quick. Again, not trying to dog on Europa Universalis. I'm sure it's great. But, okay, so 435 euros, you get this. Not to be the guy that just counts the boxes, but I see 2 boxes. Okay? I see 2 boxes there, whereas this is 6 boxes for half the price. Okay? That's more boxes.
More boxes per square box, yeah. 100%.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you get the minis. Man, pricing is so hard, though. I would say that my guess would be that they're probably underselling this. Yeah, they're probably not charging as much as they maybe should be.
Yeah, I don't know what this company's I don't know what their experience with games is compared to the other company, you know?
Right.
And I have seen many a good board game Kickstarter fail because they just completely failed to understand production costs for things, and then they had to be like, actually, we need to make our game like $70 more. That happened with one of the board games this year. At the beginning of the year, there was like a big to do because one of them was like, we made our game way too cheap, and they tried to, after everybody already paid for and back their thing, increase the price of it by like $130.
Oh my
and
gosh!
Then was like, no, I'm not paying $130 more for the game.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. So I assume that, I mean, they must have allowed the backers to cancel at that point, right? And then probably they just didn't have enough funding left.
Yeah, let me see
to
if I
fund the
can
game.
find. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, this is not a cheap price. 290
No.
euros. That's going to come up to like what, $300, something like that.
No, though at the very least, if you keep scrolling down, like I said, the version that only has tokens with it is 65 euros.
Right. Yeah, that I
Which
could see being a reasonable price.
obviously doesn't have any of the cool stuff with it that it's showing here, but like if you're excited about the game and you want the game for the gameplay, then hey, I mean, $65 is a pretty standard price for a board game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, it's 65 euros, not $65. That's
For like $80. You're right. You're right.
like $80. So I don't know. Not to nitpick, but that is what the price is. Look at all this stuff. This is just a crazy amount of stuff. All right, I've seen enough.
Okay.
Obviously, this is a cool game. Obviously. I think we've seen enough Kickstarter.
Yeah.
What do you say? Do you have anything else on this list that was jumping out to you?
Not on the list. I do have something to bring up if you want to have a chat.
Oh,
very
sure.
briefly. I've got a topic of conversation for you.
Let's hear it.
Magic the Gatherings is making a base expansion that is like a long-term plan by Wizards to get new players in. It's making a new series. Here, I'll send you the link.
Yeah,
to the
link me.
Polygon
Let me see
article,
this.
called Foundations, and they're trying to get new players in. They understand that Magic the Gathering has become too complicated for the average person trying to get in. So they have a 5-year plan to make a new set called Foundations, where it's a whole bunch of new cards coming out over the next 5 years that are easy to understand, that aren't
Are
basically novels in each card.
Okay, I mean that's cool.
Yeah.
Are they good cards? Like, are they going to be competitively viable? That's immediately my first question.
I think that's a great question.
Do I care about this if I already play Magic the Gathering at all?
I don't think you care about it if you already play Magic the Gathering. I think you care about it if you know somebody that says, hey, I've always wanted to play Magic, but it stresses me out because the cards have way too much information on them. There's too much to deal with. So
yeah,
it's here's the person, the design director, Brian Hawley. Here's what he said. He quoted, "One of the things that Foundations is really trying to do differently than any of our past attempts at an onboarding experience is to focus on the full pathway, taking a new player from I am interested in Magic, but I don't know anything, up through, oh, I've identified what I like to do, and I'm going to do more of that." So
interesting.
They're not trying to get their
gosh,
current
shut up,
players.
Cracker Barrel.
They're not trying to get their current players into the game. They're trying to get people that are scared to dip their toes into Magic into it and get them hooked on it so that they go and play the more complicated version.
Yeah, I mean that's a very interesting. It's cool that they're doing this. As someone who is kind of in the category of people who would like to play Magic but have not played Magic, I'll say that it's not so much the complexity of the game that's intimidating to me. It's like the fervor of the fan base, you know? So, I mean,
absolutely.
I don't mind like going in and doing some reading and like even getting my butt kicked for the first, while that I'm playing the game, just because I don't know the game as well as the people that do play it know it. But it's more so like the prospect of walking into a Friday Night Magic tournament and just like having to sit down at a table and introduce myself to, you know what I'm saying? You know where I'm going with this? Like, they're not the most welcoming group of... I'm sure there's some great Magic the Gathering players out there. In fact, I have friends who play and are very nice, but I've had experiences before. I'll say this.
Sam's throwing up the hashtag not all Magic players.
Not all... Yeah. Oh. But I've had experiences before where, like, I want to get into it, and, I'm trying to think back to what the actual story here is. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I have this gut feeling that I know I've been slighted by a Magic player in the past, and I need Wizards of the Coast personally to address that for me before I consider playing their game again.
Yeah, it's totally fair.
I
don't know how much Wizard. I think Wizards could do a lot to make the game simpler. I don't know what they can do to make the community friendlier.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that as a slight against you. I'm just saying, like, I think you're 100% right, and I think that wow, for a $1 billion corporation like Wizards, that is really something that they're probably trying to wrap their head around. It's like, how do we make spaces more inviting?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, maybe that is part of the plan with this. I could see. I mean, another question that I have as I'm reading through this is like, okay, so I'm buying these Foundations packs. The cards are weaker. They're simpler. The game, it's probably like a totally different game with a lot of the rules, the complex rules stripped away. The rules around like certain types of cards. My understanding is that there's like so many different types of cards, and a bunch of them have like different ways that you play them on your turn or whatever. So probably it's a fundamentally different game that you're playing when you take away all that stuff. So are they going to have like organized play for Foundations sets, in the same way that they have organized play for the standard format? I would think that they probably should, because that's kind of like the whole thing with Magic, right? Is that you're going to go to your friendly local game store and sit down with somebody and play a game. So maybe that's their answer to this problem, is that they're just kind of fingers crossed that the new players are going to be nicer than the old smelly players.
Disney's trading card game.
Yes, Lorcana.
Lorcana and their Star Wars one.
Do they have a Star Wars one too? I don't think Disney's making the Star Wars Unlimited.
They're not making.
Oh right, I guess they're not making Lorcana either. Yeah, that's okay.
They're not making either one. But anyway, all this to say, they released an expansion for Lorcana this year, which was like a 1v1 booster box, that it's like a standalone game, but the cards work with Lorcana.
Oh.
And in the same vein, the Star Wars game just announced that they're doing that too. They're releasing an official expansion to the card game that is also 2 completed decks, one of them for Mandalorian and one of them for whoever the bad guy in Mandalorian is, and you play head-to-head against a person. And I think that that's sort of their first approach to trying to establish a community, is being like, hey, I know it's hard to play against strangers, here's 2 decks. Here's 2 complete decks for a base price. You can use them to mix and match in your own deck for a tournament, or find somebody you want to play with and play with them,
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. They did it with the base set too. The base set for Star Wars Unlimited was like Luke and Vader. And so I could see that just being like their whole strategy going forward, is every set that they put out, they're going to have like a core like dual deck pack that you can buy. It's like a story focused matchup. So, I mean, that's super cool. I think that's a good answer to it. The Lorcana thing sounds really interesting too. But you're right. I think those are both ways that they're trying to solve this problem that we're talking about, where it's just like so hard to get into these games when you haven't already been playing them from the start. So
yeah.
Yeah, even setting that aside though, even if they didn't have those products, I feel like I would still be more comfortable walking into a Lorcana tournament night or Star Wars Unlimited tournament than I would walking into a Magic tournament. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a personal thing for me, but just the prospect of having to get laughed at by Magic players because I haven't been playing for 20 years. Does not sound very fun.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
So they've got a very, very challenging problem to tackle, I think. All right. Well, I think that's enough game talk. Why don't we make games now? How does that sound?
Let's make games.
Let's make games. Let's make games. We're doing Mythmash today. And wow, we've already been going for an hour. That's crazy. That's crazy. Time flies. That's true. It does fly. We're doing Mythmash today. We're doing Mythmash 2. Mythmash expansion. Mythmash, I don't know what we're calling it yet. The title is a work in progress. Really, even the... I don't know. How would you tackle this, Arl? So it is not an expansion for the game in the sense that you have to own the base game in order to play this. It's a standalone. It's basically like a new version of it with all new cards. And the idea is that you can have both. If you have both, you can mix the cards together and like make new decks and setups if you so choose. But you can also just buy this one, and it'll be a totally playable thing all on its own. How would you classify that?
Standalone expansions, right?
I guess, but that sounds so lame. Standalone expansion. That's so many words. It's 2 words. Well, it's not that many words. A lot of syllables.
2 words, but it's a lot of syllables. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I don't know.
Maybe not so much. Because you're right. That is what you would call it, is a standalone expansion. My question, I think, is how do you spin it? Like, what's the marketing angle on this? Like, if I want to say Mythmash 2, I feel like does not communicate what's going on here very well, but also Mythmash, the Chrono Crossover, the standalone expansion, also does not communicate it very well. I mean, it communicates it, but not concisely. So, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. What about like a Mythmash Redux or something like that?
Mythmash Redux, get all JRPG with it.
Yeah,
I like that. Mythmash Remash. Colon mash. That's funny, actually. I do kind of like that. Much to consider. Why do we consider that? Here's kind of what we're working with. So I've got a spreadsheet for what I want these cards to... So I made this a long time ago, like a long time ago, before Mythmash was even close to being finished. I was like, what if I had a second deck ready to go for when it is done? So there's like clearly a lot of balancing that needs to happen here. But I figure that's what we're going to tackle today. That's what we'd like to get done. So I'm not sure. Part of me feels like the best way to do this would just be to get these cards and run through some kind of a template, and then get into Tabletop Simulator and like try them out and see how they feel to play with.
Sure.
I feel like I could also go through the list and try to make some tweaks ahead of time, though, to maybe make it a little more... I don't know. Let's just try it out. So let me hop into InDesign here real quick. And this is going to take... Unfortunately, Arl, I'm not going to have anything for you to do here for the next 30 minutes or so while I throw this together. But yeah, maybe we can...
be here to chat.
Yeah, we'll find something to chat about, I'm sure. Let's go... inches... And it needs to be 10 cards wide. So 225 inches by 7 cards tall. So 3.5 times 7. Quick math. 24.5.
That was quick math.
Well, I have a calculator, so that's why it was quick.
Oh, no, you cheated. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty embarrassing for me. Okay. Let's I'm just gonna grab the original Mythmash card template and plug that in here, I think. So let's go Mythmash new. And let's grab cards, images. Card layout. Okay. Oh, you know what though? I actually want not this. So never mind. Let's just do it this way. 2.5, 3.5. I think I'm just going to make these manually instead of running them through a data merge, because it seems like a lot of setup for not a lot of payoff. So I need a couple things. Maybe I should just get a new folder started. I think that's going to be a good idea. So let's go. New folder. Myth Mash 2. Okay, so let's take off all the art. See, this is what I'm talking about when I say maybe I don't need to do every stage of game design from start to finish.
Like on stream?
Yeah, a lot of dead air. I mean, I don't know. What do you think about this? Is this... Am I being entertaining, Arl? Is this good content?
I think that it would be like all the nitty-gritty editing stuff is probably, as in like card editing stuff, is probably best done off stream, and then like a 90% finished version where it's like, hey, what do you think about this? I'm thinking about changing this. Like things that might need audience insight could happen on stream.
Sure. Okay, I mean, yeah, that's a great point. So with that in
right
mind,
now
I'm gonna continue making these.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense for today. I'm just saying in the context of like right now, if I'm a viewer watching a stream, I'm literally looking at a blank card with nothing on it.
Yeah.
So
while I don't know, typing in file names on my second monitor off to the side and not talking because I'm trying to focus. Yeah. I'm in agreement. We're gonna figure out a way to streamline this. We'll get the system down eventually. You know.
Yeah. When we were at Origins, one of the they have like a best at their Origins award. They had like a best video category. You know what I mean? Like best creator or whatever.
Yeah.
And there was a documentary about, I think it was CGE games that won, and the creators came up and they were like, you know, it's crazy. Nobody documents how board games get made, and like a lot of how the most famous board games got made are kind of just like lost to time because nobody bothered to like, you know, film it or record it or do anything of the sort, and we don't really know how a bunch of these games were made. And they were like, we're trying to change that, and it's like it's tough because obviously the creation of games, the creation of art as a whole is very important and should be documented. But at the same time, like just watching a lot of graphic design take place with like little boxes being checked and things is maybe not the most engaging content.
Certainly not. Certainly not. So yeah, I don't know what the solution is.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we will. Oh, you know what? I'm being stupid. I don't need to do all this. I can just change the background. What am I thinking? Save as blue card. You know what? Actually, we should do new colors. Let's do colors that we have not done yet for MythMash.
Is it like colors different from the things in the base game, or?
Yeah, we're just gonna make up colors. So I'm thinking there's maybe one called like I don't know. I thought it would be easier to come up with a fake color name.
I just played the board game that's very popular right now, Hues and Cues, for the first time last week. And that was honestly a great time. Had a great time with that game.
Hues and Cues. Yeah, it seems fun. I have not played it myself.
I think you, out of all people, would really like it as a designer.
I bet I would. I would love to.
What's color? This one's called Gender Reveal.
I was just gonna go with pink, but maybe that's. Oh, I see. Because we did a teal one and a pink one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gender Reveal Party MythMash.
Yeah.
That's something. Now, what would you call this color?
Ooh, I like that color. I don't know what I would call it.
I called it lime.
It's pretty lime.
Electric lime, maybe.
I was going to say electric. I was going to say add electric to it. So
definitely on the right track. Then let's maybe do like an orange.
Isn't it the exact same color of Studio Spicy? Isn't that your company color?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, in fact it is.
It's like Tony the Tiger orange.
I was gonna call it Hokage orange, but
okay, that also works.
All right. Yeah. I think that's all we need from this. Now let's go back. Just start filling these out.
How much because I have the beta copy of MythMash here.
Yeah.
How much has the beta version of MythMash changed from where the finished version is?
It's changed a bit. Only in card text. There's some card text that's been updated.
Okay.
The rules have not changed. The rules are identical. Although I'll say that the rules book for the full version is a little more clear. So like the way that the rules are written has changed, but the gameplay is the same.
Got it.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? This is what I was going to do. When you reminded me of company color, that reminded me. We actually need to take a look at... I made some updates to the website.
Oh.
I want to look at that.
Does it have your big face smiling on it
Yeah,
still?
it does have my big face smiling on it still. So there is the homepage. sp1cy.com, excellent URL in case anybody wants to go visit it themselves. It's very easy to type into your browser, very memorable. Some people would tell you that Spicy is not a great name for a game studio, and to those people, I would say, find me a better URL that's available on sp1cy.com. So this is all the same. But if you go to the games tab, would you look at this? We got a couple new things on here.
That's looking great.
We got 4 games now. We have 4 whole games.
Oh, I really love your logo for cards with shapes.
Yeah, isn't that nice? I've been messing with this a lot, and I'm really liking the direction. So, in development. Get a nice box mock-up, which I'm enjoying. Some card samples that kind of match the thing. This is actually new, Arl, since the last time that you played. So when we tested this together, we just had the bonus cards. Now I'm calling them kudos cards, and they have little pleasantries written on them. That you're encouraged.
That's really cute.
You're encouraged to read them to your opponent as you hand them their bonus card for stealing their shapes.
This has the potential to be extremely passive aggressive, but I kind of love it all the more for that.
Yeah, that is definitely the angle. I'm glad you picked up on that. It's definitely
cannot wait
the angle.
to absolutely screw somebody over and then hand them a card that says, "Thanks for being a good sport."
Yeah. Yeah, it's very good. Somebody, while I was playing this at Play.con a couple weeks ago, somebody had the excellent idea of we should include blank cards in here so that people can write their own.
That is great. Yeah.
I feel like we should take it a step further to do like dry erase cards. And every game, the first thing you do when you set up to play is everybody writes like 3 kudos cards, and then they all get shuffled together. And so you're reading off things that other people have written potentially to them.
That seems like something that a Jackbox game would do, and I think that it's a very good idea because of that. It's got that kind of social dynamic of it. I think that's very smart.
Yeah. So anyways, that's cards with shapes. And then we also got spell stones on here.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know anything about spell stones, yeah. So it's a it's a thing that I worked on a while ago that takes an old game called Cuddle, which is played with playing cards, standard deck of playing cards. It's from like the 1970s, or it dates back as the earliest known game of it was played in the 1970s, but it's possible that it dates back even further, and it's commonly cited as being the first card battler. So, not the first trading card game. Magic still owns that title, but it's the way that it plays is like very similar to modern trading card games. I mean, it's not similar, but you can see, how things could have evolved from this into modern trading card games. So, anyways, it's like I said, it's played with a deck of playing cards, and so when I was getting kind of into it last year, my first thought was like, well, you got to put the text on the cards because, like, what are we doing? I can't look at a rules sheet that tells me what my card does. So I put text on the cards, and then as I was doing that, I was thinking, well, this should really have some artwork too. So it is. I will be very upfront about this. It is all AI artwork that I ran through filters and stuff to get it to all look similar. But
is this intended to release with AI artwork, or is this...
No, there's no intended release. This is, you can download it for free, and that's the furthest that it's ever going to go, I think.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I think that you're totally okay.
Yeah, that's kind of... And I'd note on it a little bit in this article here, explaining what's going on, and that I wouldn't use AI artwork in like a thing that I'm trying to sell, at least not as like the prominent image on the card,
As a fun, free project, it's time and time is money to make art for everything in a game that's just releasing for free. So
yeah. So that's kind of that's my thoughts on it, and I do think it looks sick. So it's certainly better than playing with just a standard deck of playing cards. So with that in mind, pretty cool. So anyway, that's the 2 new things on Studio Spicy, spicy.com. You can go to the games tab and grab yourself the print and play version of Spell. Here, I'll show you what it looks like, actually. Let's download it. Just click a button, and I guess it's a zip file. Well, all right. I'll just find it on my computer. It is worth looking at. It's just cards. It's a super easy print and play project.
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna try it out.
Heck yeah. Spellstone's cards. Yeah, so it's just this. It's just 6 pages of this. Very easy to cut out. I've got the cut marks on there. Bada bing, bada boom. You're playing the game. It is old.
Cool.
It is like a really old game, so it definitely plays like an old game does. So that would be my one word of caution before jumping into this. There's like a lot of like mean take that mechanics at play. So if you're into that kind of thing, it's fun, but not everybody's cup of tea. Anyways, that's enough of that. Back to Mythmash. And to answer your question, kind of the whole way that we got started here, anyways, is that yes, that is my... This is what made me think of that. Yes, that is my company green there. You were right. It's very close, at least. But as close as it gets. All right. Now that that's out of the way, let's get back to this. So I'm just kind of setting up the text boxes right now.
Mythmash 2, Mash Harder.
Mash Murder?
Well, I said Mash Harder, but
oh, Mash Harder.
Honestly, Mash Murder's
Mythmash 2, Weapons of Mash Destruction. Okay, and then we need one for the power. Something like that. Oh, and you know what? We need a gray card as well. Let's remember to make that here in a second. This is my favorite font recently. Anybody? It's got that nice bold.
Is that Impact?
No, it's not Impact. No, it's not Impact. No, I didn't use Impact font.
When I was in college, there was a shopping plaza near me, and the shopping plazas have those huge like signs out front that have all the store names on them.
Yep.
And then at the top there's like the name of the plaza. The name of the plaza, I do not remember what it was, but it was printed in Impact font. Okay. And every time I saw it, I was like, why are you yelling at me? I'm not going into this plaza. It's like, why are you being so aggressive with me right now?
Yeah, it is an aggressive font face, that's for sure. No doubt about it.
And then you work with an artist for all of Mythmash's art, right?
I did, yes. And I would love to get the same artist back on board for Mythmash 2. Yeah, because I thought it came out really good. So that is certainly in the works.
Sorry if you can hear a small dog yapping in the background. Not my dog.
I can't hear it, but I wish I could. Okay. That sounds fun. Okay. I think that'll do for a template. And let's just go ahead and make that gray card now. How do you spell gray, Arl? Gray? Grey?
Yeah, we just celebrated the 4th of July. I'm not putting an E on gray.
All right. It is. I've recently learned that it is the British way to spell it.
Yeah, do you spell it with an E?
I've spelled it both ways. I've alternated throughout my life and which way I spell gray. But it always is something I think about when I write that
I think
word.
I was in like middle school. I was reading a British book series, not Harry Potter, but just like one of the British fantasy book series, and I did I had a writing exam in my English class, and I spelt favorite with a U, and I got points off for it, and they were like, you spelled favorite wrong. And I was like, I think that's just how Europe spells it. And they're like, well, in the context of this class, you spelt it incorrectly. And I was like, what?
You're reading
what's
it.
up with this? Yeah. I was like, I literally learned this through reading books.
Yeah.
And I'm getting punished for it.
Man.
It's a tough world out there.
It is a tough world out there. The British will really take any opportunity to screw us over, won't they?
Yeah, they will.
I blame them. I blame them for that one. Okay, so let's go like this. Hello? That's not what I wanted. Okay, that's better. Oh, I see what the problem is. Got this little guy hanging off the edge. Get back in there.
What is that referring to?
You'll see it on stream here in just a second. Or are you not even watching the stream anymore?
I'm watching.
Oh my gosh, fake fan. Not even watching the stream. Unbelievable.
I have like a 6-second input delay between your voice and what happens on the stream, so.
I gotta get that latency down.
I think the way you get a latency down is by becoming more popular.
Oh, really?
I think that Twitch prioritizes people with higher viewership.
You know, that seems like not the way that it should be, but I would not be surprised to find out that it is.
Yeah. You only mash twice. I just saw that. That's a great thing.
Wait, what if we call it that, but then fundamentally change the rules so that you're only doing 2 battles per round? A little bit of a double entendre.
Or you re-theme this one kind of spooky, kind of Halloween-y, and then you call it Monster Mash. Monster
Mash. I do like that a lot, actually. That is.
I've heard that it's a graveyard smash. So
yeah. Do you think we get into any licensing issues?
There's no way somebody owns Monster Mash. This is just me boldly proclaiming that Monster Mash is public domain when it's almost certainly not.
There's no way somebody owns Monster Mash.
Monster Mash. Oh, it sure is owned.
Well, whoever owns it, I'm sure they'd be very chill about letting us use it as the namesake for our card game.
I am on the website of the guy that owns Monster Mash, and this is quite a website.
There's one guy that owns Monster Mash?
Yeah, well, it was owned by the guy that wrote it, but he died, so now some other guy owns it.
Did he buy it off of him?
I have no idea, but I think that you need to do some work on your website to reach this level.
Oh boy, all right. I guess so. You better link it to me.
I linked it to you.
We better have a look at this. TheMonsterMash.com.
Not to say Monster Mash.
Is this the guy? He made this website just to proclaim that.
I think so.
This is in loving memory.
Yeah, well, it's how you. But you have to contact this thing to get it.
For your project. Wow. Click this link below to download Monster Mash on iTunes. And do the mash. Yep, you're right. I don't know how we're ever topping this website.
This is what we should strive to become.
This is peak web design. Oh, man. The urge to just call this number right now.
What do you think
live on
the
air
licensing cost of the Monster Mash is? That's what I really want to know.
Oh, well, okay, so we're talking about something different for our use case, right? Because we don't want to play the song in our game.
No.
We just want to name it.
Yeah.
But I imagine if you want to play the song, like in a movie or in your YouTube video or something, you know?
Yeah, what is this guy charging?
I really wouldn't even begin to be able to guess, but gun to my head, 10K?
Wow, really? That's
10K?
crazy.
Maybe?
Okay.
I don't know, what would your guess be?
I really lowballed it. It's definitely more than what I thought. I was gonna be like, I don't know, look at this website. This guy probably wants like $200. That's almost certainly wrong.
If you could license Monster Mash for $200, it would be in every movie. They would be playing that in every single movie, you know?
I guess that's fair. I also will have to I have to say I've never heard the Monster Mash in a single movie. I don't know of any movies that have ever used Monster Mash.
Well, maybe it's higher then. Maybe it's higher than 10K. Maybe that's why.
This guy's like, rip my boy Bobby. Give me $1,000 or give me $100,000 for Monster Mash.
Yeah. I bet he doesn't get out of bed for less than 10K.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
Are there 7 cards in each of these factions? I should probably look at that. No, there are only 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. Well, probably I will duplicate one of them. So to make it 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Okay. Oh, you know what we're missing? I forgot to throw the lo-fi on.
Oh, yeah.
I need some lo-fi beats to chill and make games to. On in the background.
That'd be wonderful.
All right. Let me get on that. I mean, you're not going to hear this. So
no. But I think it's still
I don't know why you think it would be wonderful. Maybe not so wonderful for you.
Good vibe.
Okay, let's see. Lo-fi hip-hop. There we are. We'll just go with the classic. And guys will once again have to let me know how the audio is here. I think I probably need to turn it down a little bit more. Seems like that's going to be a good spot. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. Great. Ooh, let's do pink.
I feel like you have all these wonderful colors, and it makes the gray deck seem kind of boring.
Well, the gray deck are the starter cards.
Okay, so you don't want.
Yeah, you want to. No, I don't want people to want those.
Okay.
They should not look.
Then I think
special.
That's a good decision.
Thank you. Thank you. That's why I made it.
Just making sure.
Is this even faster than doing it the other way around? I think maybe not.
What is the other way around?
The other way would be to just copy and paste all the cards at once and then change the colors afterwards instead of change the color on one card, copy and pasting that. I don't know. Probably it's the same.
Probably the same.
It's probably the same. These are kind of Splatoon colors that we've got cooking here.
They are kind of Splatoony, yeah. Were you a Splatoon player?
I love Splatoon. I played the first one. I played it when it first came out. I played it with friends, and it was so awesome. I loved the game so much. Got like really into it. Played it a ton.
This was their first Splatoon on the Wii U.
On the Wii U, yes. It was like the only reason to own a Wii U at the time. Yeah. And I had it for Smash Bros. And that.
I think I owned a Wii U, and I think the only 2 games I owned on the only 3 games I owned on it were Smash Bros, Splatoon, and the HD Wind Waker remake.
Now that I'm thinking about that, I wouldn't be surprised to find out that those were the actual only 3 games that they made for Wii
U. Oh, I also played Pokken Tournament.
Okay, you know what? Also fire. That was also a great game.
I entered a Pokken tournament at my local children's arcade, like Family Entertainment Center.
Yeah.
And I had to go because I was like a senior in high school when it came out, and it was a school night, and the tournament went later than it said it was going to, and I was like up for winning, not the whole thing, the losers bracket, I want to point out. I lost. I could have won the losers bracket. And the guy was like, "Hey, you're up," and I was like, "I gotta go. It's a school night tomorrow." And the guy was like, "Oh, for real?" And I was like, "Yeah, literally." I was like, "I got the AP US History in the morning," and the guy was like, "Oh, okay."
Okay, well, I guess you lose then.
Yeah, that's literally what he said.
Sorry,
I was like, cool. Yeah, I was like, cool. I lose the losers tournament. Whatever. Yeah. I was a Lucha Pikachu player.
Yep, that's a good character. I think I played. Oh man, this is embarrassing to admit, but I played Chandelure.
I love Chandelure.
You don't love Chandelure. Nobody loves. It's a great character, but it's hell to play against.
Yeah,
I just thought it was subjecting people.
I just thought it was funny that they put an armless Chandelier as a fighter.
Yeah,
in the
of all the Pokemon to pick for your Pokemon fighting game.
That's what made me the most happy about Pokken. It was made by the people that made Tekken.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, much like Tekken, they really don't care who becomes a fighter. They'll just put anybody they feel like putting in the game.
Sometimes it seems like they intentionally make poor decisions. For who should be, like, they pick the candidate that's least likely to be a fighter.
Yeah.
Which I love. I agree. I think that's great.
I think they truly just asked everybody on the team who their favorite Pokemon was, and then did not care about any more information than that, and was like, well, great, because we're going to make him a fighter in this game.
Yeah.
Just for you.
And then one of the guys was like, well, I like Pikachu, but my headcanon is that he's a luchador.
Yeah.
I said, great, ship it.
This guy was like, well, they asked one of the guys, and the guy was like, well, my two favorite Pokemon are Pikachu and Hawlucha, but they're already becoming fighters in the game. And the director said, no worries, I got an idea. Your vision will still become reality. Do the sets for... Because I assume this will tie into Pokemon later. Mm-hmm. Do sets for Pokemon trading card game, do they have like themes to them, or are they just the new Pokemon from the new games?
No, they have, well, yes to both.
Yeah.
So they always launch with like a name for the set. Yeah. First of all, all the English sets, almost all of the English sets are mashups of two Japanese sets, which are all very well themed and like have a very cohesive, like, there's only these types of Pokemon in this set and they all kind of work together in this synergistic way. But Japan releases card sets for the Pokemon trading card game like almost every month, whereas in the US and I think the rest of the world too, we get sets 4 times a year. So there's always like 2, sometimes 3 Japanese sets mashed into one English set, and they do their best to like combine the themes of the Japanese sets that are within them well, but they don't always do the best job. But they give the set a name. Like, okay, so the most recent set that's coming out is called oh gosh, I should know this. Scarlet something? No, we're in Scarlet and Violet. Crimson something? What's the new Pokemon set called? What is the next Pokemon TCG set? No, that's not true. Twilight Masquerade. Okay. No, that's the set that just came out. Okay, but that's just as good an example. So Twilight Masquerade has like, I don't know if you played the Pokemon DLC, but there's like the section that you go to and you like go to a festival and you meet Ogerpon and everybody's wearing masks. And so it's like a masquerade festival kind of deal. And so this set has Ogerpon in it. He's like the mascot Pokemon in this set. And so the masquerade kind of ties into that a little bit. So I don't know if that answers your question, but that's kind of what's going on there.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pokemon, my vision for this stream today is that we're going to hopefully play some Mythmash here shortly, test this out, get our Mythmash content done, and then I think I'm going to go take a little break, get some dinner, run to the gym real quick, and then come back, turn the stream back on later tonight to play some Pokemon. I don't think I communicated that to you very well. So if you were expecting to just jump straight from Pokemon to Mythmash, or vice versa, that's not my plan. So if you need to dip out for the Pokemon stuff, that's totally fine.
No. When is the Pokemon stuff happening?
Well, I think I will probably stream this for another hour, and then take off, and then maybe like an hour and a half after that, 2 hours tops, come back with some Pokemon. So I don't know what time that puts you at in your time zone, because it's like almost 6 for you now, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay, so we'll go until 7, and then be back by 9. That's kind of how that would work out.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, cool. And we'll talk beforehand about how we want to play that. Because I'd be super down to just hop back in a call and keep this vibe rolling. Or if you want to just kind of mod, that'd be cool too. Lurk in the background. Whatever works for you. Or if you have other plans tonight, that's also cool. You can go do whatever.
Yeah, I'm happy to be kind of lurking for the Pokemon stuff. I'd love to find something that we can maybe clip from that. No offense to what is happening here in the game creation lab right now, but not super clippable right now.
I bet there's some Kickstarter, some like when we were browsing Kickstarter at the start of the stream. I bet there's something in there.
Oh yeah, I think there's definitely a joke from our time, maybe being a little too hard on Europa Universalis.
Mm-hmm. That's true. We worked too hard on it.
I mean, they worked hard on that game.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a great game. I'm sure it's great for somebody.
Everything's meant for somebody, right? That's what they say.
Okay. So let me briefly go over, while I'm making these cards, kind of what my initial thoughts are on what this set is going to be. So I want to do like a time travel theme, and
oh, cool.
The idea is that each of the factions is like from a different like time period. So there's going to be like a future faction. I think there's probably going to be like 2 future factions and 2 past factions.
Okay.
So I'm thinking,
how future and how past are we talking here?
Like pretty far. Like we want it about as drastic as possible, I think. So I want to do like a deep space exploration faction.
Cool.
And then like a like an ancient Egyptian faction. They're not obviously not like exactly ancient Egyptian characters, but you know how games love to do like it's Egypt but different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got.
Okay. So anyway, so there's, I forget exactly, I don't know how long it's been since you played Mythmash and how much you remember from the way it plays, but there's the treasure cards, and usually they're just points, or in the game as it plays now, they're just points. But I'm thinking for this, there's going to be some treasure that are called like, you know, time shards, or I forget what I have them called, something in this document, chrono shards, that aren't worth points but are instead like powering up your guys somehow. And so I have like some abilities on these cards that like do different things if you have more chrono shards than your opponent does or whatever. So that's kind of the thinking here. Yeah.
I think that's cool. I'm really into that.
Nice. Thanks. We'll see it in action here shortly, and get a feel for if it's gonna work or not. I should say I did play this when I made it at first, and I remember there being like some things that needed to change for sure. I forget what they are, but I'm sure we'll discover them again quickly.
I'm excited to try it. So
nice.
All things can be ironed out, in real time.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited to see how. What I am eager to see is, because you would think in a game like this that, like, future tech would just destroy past stuff,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm eager to see like what like bonuses and advantages and synergies like the decks in the past, the cards from the past have.
They just got like god powers.
Okay, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Okay. So initially when I made these, I had like some artwork for them from this artist that just like I'm subscribed to their Patreon, and every month they put out like 3 or 4 new like RPG character kind of deals. That's like the idea is that it's like all what's the word I'm looking for? Not public domain. Copyright free, I guess, is what you say. There's a better word for it. I forget what the word is. But you subscribe to their Patreon, and then you can use their assets that they create in your games. And so for a time, I was considering using those assets in Mythmash. Eventually went in a different direction, but you'll see these cards have names, and you'll probably think like, where are these names coming from? That's where they're coming from, is because I did have artwork for it at one point, but just don't anymore. Well, I guess I probably do still have the artwork, but I'm not going to mess with putting that on the cards for these purposes.
And you have Mythmash 1 like made and done. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
it's made, it's done, it's in production at the factory right now. And yeah, it's coming out.
It's exciting.
It is exciting. I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited.
This is your first like solo project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, it's my first solo project. Also got Draft Duel being made too, which is
when will you have like completed physical copies in hand?
So we're looking at October. I think it's going to get here sometime in September, and just to give ourselves a little more time, so we're not having to turn and sell them as soon as they arrive. Looking at October. That's the tentative release date. Let's actually do 2 of these. I should pull up the sprites for these actually, because now I feel like it's worth showing. I'm not going to put them on the cards, but I feel like it's at least worth looking at. Oh yeah. This is old Myth Mash. This is like the style that the cards are in, though.
This is what the OG Myth Mash looked like?
Yeah. Well, not even. This is like in the middle of the gosh, was I working on this for 4 years? I think this might have been a 4-year design cycle.
You know what we should do at some point? It'd be fun.
What?
There's one of the bundle sites that I get games on, like Humble Bundle.
Mm-hmm.
They sometimes do like asset bundles.
Yeah.
Where it's like $10 and you get like 1,000 assets of whatever.
Yeah.
We should get one day and see if we can craft a game just
make
using
a game.
the assets that come in the bundle.
I like that. That's a fun design challenge.
Yeah. Though I checked right now, and the asset bundle they currently have available is for 3D assets for Roblox, which doesn't really help us.
No, not a ton.
Not particularly, but maybe in the future they'll have something. They're actually really nice. I didn't even know that Roblox could look that nice, if I'm being honest with you. When are they giving us our Roblox board game Kickstarter?
You know what? Honestly, that would do numbers. Okay, so here I see the assets. I want to see them on cards, though. I know I made cards with these guys. All right. Well, anyway, we had like these little robot characters for this faction. They're like I think the idea was like some kind of mystical organization that watches over the time flow and makes sure that nobody's messing with it.
Okay.
So this is like
like Marvel's whole thing right now.
Yeah.
I think you're copying them, but
yeah, I'm for sure copying them. Yep. Or are they copying me? Because if I look back to when this folder was created, I'm pretty sure it's going to say like 2022. So I don't know.
I like these cards though. I like this art.
Yeah, it's super cool. I really was seriously considering using it for a while. Yeah. So anyway, that's what those are. Okay.
And these time cards, these are the people. This is like the faction from the future. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess the idea with these was, that they like exist outside of time.
I see. Okay. So they're neither the past nor the future. They're just kind of the keepers.
Yeah.
Okay.
think I got a little lazy naming of the Egyptian faction. The last one's just called Bug.
You need an Egyptian bug name?
Yeah. You got one for me?
Is there art for it?
There is. There is. Let me
I don't want to give a name to something where
Okay, so first of all, name this crocodile.
Okay. Well, the Egyptian god of the Nile. I don't know if you want this.
Yeah, I know there is one, and he's probably in Smite.
He's a Smite. Yeah, his name's Sobek.
Okay.
Sobek. I don't know if you want to riff on that and do something else, but
okay. How about this bug? How about this jacked bug?
I
don't know if you can see that super well.
Yeah, I see it. I'm actually, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'd probably just think so. The Egyptian insect very famously is the scarab.
Oh.
So
okay.
Maybe like a scarab soldier or something like that. I don't know
if it's scarab, but it like is like scare.
A scarab.
Is that something? Sobek. All right, you can cook on those for a little bit.
At the end. Okay.
You let me know if something better comes up.
I mean, I think Sobek's a good name. There's no C in Sobek. Sorry, I should.
Oh my gosh.
Triply specify. Sorry to keep making you change it.
These ones are going to need some work too. Not that we even really need to think about this today, but this was like kind of an Aztec.
Oh, that's cool.
Style.
Oh, you got a dark magician in this? Is this Yu-Gi-Oh?
This is Yu-Gi-Oh. You're right. Where's the So this is
Bird only fans? Is that what that one means?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So that's the priestess. This is the warrior.
And this is all the art from the art collective that you were talking about?
Yeah.
Maybe not collective. But oh, that's so cool. He's got the club and everything.
Yeah. This is the dark mage. And this is the bird. Bird of light, I think is what it's called.
Cool.
And this is the chaos beast. So.
Quetzalcoatl.
Oh yeah? Is that what that is?
Yeah,
look at you knowing all the names for these.
Birds of Quetzalcoatl, yeah.
Okay,
it's
great.
like the big Aztec bird. Yeah, we can get some cool names for them, for sure.
Okay, now let's put the text on here.
Yeah, I'd also love to see what things do. I think that names should not just be about art, but also what they do, you know?
Definitely. Absolutely. And we're so early in this process that that's kind of what we're trying to figure out right now. It's like, what's a good theme for... I'm totally open to changing the whole theme of the set. Or any of the factions, cool. or anything if we feel like there's a better...
Yeah.
Better match out there, you know?
Sure. Sure,
all right.
100%.
So I don't know if you're trying to read these as I'm pasting them in here, but I can kind of slow it down if you're trying to read. Honestly, I don't even remember what these things do. Time Weaver is going to let you draw cards for each card your opponent has in play. See, like, that's way too much card draw. This was back from an early version of the game where I wasn't sure how many cards you should reasonably be able to draw. We'll keep it in here, but we'll find out very quickly that that's just a broken card, I think. Here's one that uses the Chrono Shards. For each Chrono Shard you have, choose a card from your discard pile and add its power to this card's power. Queen of Time. +1 power for each card in play, yours and your opponent's. And then Original One. Also kind of a Yu-Gi-Oh looking name. If your opponent has more Chrono Shards than you, this card's power is 0. Its power is 8, though. Outside of that, which is pretty nuts. So nuts, in fact, that I don't even have a number created for an 8 power card, so...
How do you play cards? Like, what do you have to spend to play cards?
Nothing. You get 7 cards every round, and you only have those 7 cards to battle over 3 cards from the treasure deck. Okay. So at the end of the round, you draw 7 new cards from you discard any cards that are left, you draw 7 new cards from your deck, and now you have those 7 cards to battle over the next 3 cards from the treasure deck. So you can play as many or as few cards as you want every turn. There's no cost to playing them except for the opportunity cost of missing out on, a better card later on.
Yeah.
Starbot says, discard one of your opponent's cards in play. If you have at least one more Star Chaser in play, discard 2 instead. So the Star Chaser is the name of this faction. This is kind of like the deep space exploration faction that I was telling you about. So I think they all have abilities where it's like they do something, and then if you have more of them, they do it better. Yeah, so Cyberwolf is plus power, plus 3 power if you have at least one other Star Chaser. Cyber Witch is pretty cool, I remember. If you have at least one other Star Chaser in play, you may steal a Chrono Shard from your opponent. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Star Hero. You may choose the ability of another Star Chaser you have in play and use it as this ability. So I've since kind of changed my philosophy on factions where the card text specifically calls on other cards in that faction. I'm not sure if that's actually like a cool thing to have. I used to have that also in the base game, but it took out some of those texts, or all of the text, where it references like if you have another of this faction in play, something happens. Just because I wanted the cards to feel more cohesive without... I wanted to feel less like I'm just trying to collect all of the skeletons or all of the goblins. But let's play it this way, and we'll make up our minds on whether this is cool or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, Queen, draw a card for each Chrono Shard you have. Yeah, that's gonna get pretty out of hand, I think.
that could be a lot of cards.
Yeah. Silbeck says if any cards are discarded during this battle, they are retired instead. And I think he's supposed to work in tandem with the bug, Scarab. He says discard all of your opponent's cards with 2 or less power. So now you're just retiring all of them. See, that I think is a better way to do this, like synergy between factions, where you have card texts that like work together if you have both of them, but could also in theory work with other cards in the deck too.
Yeah. How much Marvel Snap have you played?
I've played a good amount of Marvel Snap.
Okay. I'm sort of reminded of Marvel Snap with some of the text on these cards.
That's honestly probably I was playing a lot of Marvel Snap when I made
like,
these texts.
They're just like which is I'm saying is a good thing. They're like snappy and to the point. You know, like there's not a lot of complexity. It's just like this is what you do. This is how it either affects your deck or affects your opponent's deck, and that's sort of what I like. It's just like, thank you for just telling me how it works. You know?
Yeah, I totally agree. I like effects like that. I like effects where it tells you mechanically what happens, and then it's kind of up to you, the player, to interpret like how that's going to be good or bad for you. Like in some of these, it's very straightforward. Like if you just get +2 power for each Chrono Shard you have, obviously it does what it says on the tin. But with some of these other things, like draw 2 cards, then put a card from your hand on top of your deck. Like that mechanically says exactly what it does, but there's like, it doesn't tell you how it's good, you know? Or how it could potentially be bad even.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and then last one, Chaos Beast. For each Chrono Shard, you have to discard one of your opponent's cards in play. Yeesh. Okay, now I need to go through and give these power. First I need this text to paste onto the summoner. I think that the starter decks, just as far as the text goes, is going to remain the same. You'll start with the same 7 cards. It'll come with the same 2 starter decks for both players to start with, but I want to change like the theming of them, so that it's not like knights and soldiers and stuff like this is, you know?
What do you want to change the theming to?
Well, so I want to have 2 different ones, 2 different themes, like a future one and a past one, and
Sure.
one player starts with each of them.
Oh, okay. I like that.
So like it's the same identical text on the cards, except for maybe the name of them. They all say starter, but like one player gets the red set of starter cards, and the other player gets the blue set of starter cards. And the red one is like ancient, and the blue one is future.
Yeah.
Seems cool.
How many of your cards, this is the question for you, how many of your cards have text that deal with things for mixing and matching card factions in it? Because that's also, like, because you have a deck, but you're also collecting cards from other factions in it, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, yeah, you have your starter deck, and the faction is all just starter. It just says starter on the faction thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then these cards will all be mixed into a deck, along with all of the treasure as well. And those are the cards that you're winning from battles.
Yeah.
So I think we're talking about the same thing. So yeah, so what's the question?
I just think it'd be cool if some of the cards were like +1 power for each differing faction that you have in your deck.
Oh. Okay, interesting. That you have in your deck. That is cool.
Yeah.
My first hesitation would be that it kind of sucks to have to dig through your deck and see how many different factions are in there. But I could see like each different faction in play, maybe. That's a little bit easier to count up.
Yeah.
Or even in your discard pile. That's cool.
Yeah, I could see like people in the time faction having things to do with that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely. Am I in the right? Oh, no, I see what's going on here. Am I in the wrong folder entirely? I was getting so confused. I have, so I bought an external hard drive for my computer recently, so I was kind of running out of space. And so I basically just copy and pasted all of the files from my hard drive on this computer to that one. But now sometimes I'll find myself accidentally in like the old hard drive files, and I'll be like missing stuff. It'll be like inside of folders that I created before I moved stuff over to the external hard drive, but have since like worked inside of. So anyways, all that to say, that just happened right now, and I was pretty confused for a second, but not anymore. That's what I want. Power numbers. Okay. Very good. In fact, let's just copy this. Oh, yeah. Okay. We are almost ready to game. Perfect. Let's just get these numbers right. And we're done. Alright, so Time Gazer gets 2 power. Time Weaver gets also 2 power. Although I think I'm actually going to give Time Weaver 0 power, because that is just an insane draw ability.
What's
So
the...
you draw a card for each card your opponent has in play.
That could be a lot of cards, yeah.
I'm going to make it 0. Gut
I think that's
reaction.
fair.
Feels right. Arc Orca. Oh, also 0. Interesting. So they've got a couple cards in this faction that have 0 power. Arc Orca is going to get some power, though. Probably. I guess if you have no Chrono Shards, it's just a 0 card.
Yeah.
Queen of Time is 2. And original one is... Okay, so if he has 8 power, I'm just going to manually type that in. purple, maybe? Pink? Sure. Okay, Starbot. 3 power. Cyber Wolf. 4 power. Cyber Witch. 2 power. Star Hero. 3 power. Wild Alien. 3 power. Is that right? Yeah, 3 power. And Starbot once again has 3 power. Cool. Anubis gets 4 power. And there's 2 of him. The king also gets 4 power. Queen gets 3 power. Sobek gets... He gets 4 power. And the bug gets 2 power. Excellent. One more. Warrior. That is 3 power. Oops. Oh, no. Priestess is 2. Dark Mage is 3. Gotta be a better name for that. It's more of like a shaman kind of thing than a mage. Bird of Light. 2. Once again, the warrior has 3. And the Chaos Beast has 5. Okay. Let's fix these text errors. Oh, and I need to make the treasure cards too. After that, we'll be done.
Cool. And then are we gonna hop in a tabletop simulator and try it out?
That's right.
Heck
That
yeah.
is the plan. Okay. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chrono shards in the deck. which doesn't seem like that many. Okay, I think the rest of the treasure should probably all be the same. And I think the distribution is 5 gold, 4 gemstones, 3 mythic shards.
I don't know anything about the game, so I will take your word for it.
Yep. That's right. I say that because we need some more treasure cards here, actually. Because 5 plus 4 plus 3 is going to be 12. 12 treasure cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we've got 10, so we got to add 2 more. Which makes this a 56 card deck. Okay, good enough for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a 4. That's a 4. That's a 4. Oh, did I miss? Did I miscount here? 2, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. That's right. Okay. I think we're ready to game.
Okay.
Let me bring this into Tabletop Simulator.
Okay.
And then we're cooking.
I'm gonna run to the restroom quickly and open up Tabletop Simulator.
Sounds great. All right. So I think we're good here. Library. Tabletop simulator. Let's play it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm firing it up right now.
Okay.
Let's get this gross table out of here. Do a regular table instead. And use the only good background they have in this game.
You don't like the weird Eastern European?
I don't. I can't believe that they only have these like 8 backgrounds, or what is this, 9 backgrounds? Like, why would I want to play in a field? It's like not even a high quality image. You know?
I think you are just jealous of the field.
There's like a broken tractor or whatever over in the corner. There's like someone's house in the back. It's clearly just a Google Images, like a Google Earth screenshot that they grabbed. What else do we have in here? Oh, we can play downtown. That's a great idea. This is a great idea for a background. You know, where you normally play tabletop games. There's like somebody selling street food back here.
Well, that's in case you get hungry.
That is actually a good idea. That part of it.
When we were loading out of Origins, it was so hot and so terrible, and I was like, all these people are just like moving all these huge crates and boxes, and I was like, honestly, if you were to put in the loading dock right now a taco food truck, you would make so much money.
Yeah.
So much money. So your favorite background is just blurry?
I like blurry, yeah.
Okay.
I like to focus on
all right.
On the game at hand. Okay, where's my files? Where's my files? Cloud, please. Upload. And the back file will be... Oh gosh. Guess I need to make a back file. Images, card back, export. Okay. And this deck has 56 cards in it.
Okay.
Okay. And there it is. Wow, that's fast. I forget. How do I make this bigger? There's like a increased size. Or just plus. Okay. There's like a good size. And, I guess, hopefully, yeah, there's the starting cards. So we should be able to just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for you.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for me. And you can put those into your hand. And hopefully, I've set it up correctly so that our hands are not visible to the other. Wait, what is going on? So these cards are not. Oh, okay. Hold on. Scratch this. I set the thing up wrong.
I will remove
Just delete all this. Yeah. 1 second. Custom deck. Custom deck. Face is this. Cloud. Upload. Back is this. Cloud. Upload. The width is 10 and the height is 6. That's what I messed up. Okay. Let's try that on for size. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we should be cooking.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks good. Okay, you need a refresher on the rules here, probably, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Myth Bash is a bidding, bluffing, trick-taking deck builder, and it does all those things a little bit. You have a hand of cards. Your goal is to use your hand of cards to win more cards that are either going to go to your hand or go to your discard pile and eventually get put back into your hand, or to score points for you. So there's 3 types. Oh, you know what? I totally just remembered that there's no mashup cards in this deck. So, that's probably fine. We'll just play without him. But we are kind of keep in the back of your head that there is a piece of this game that's kind of missing as we do this.
Okay.
So we need there's normally 3 types of cards in the deck. This time there's only 2 types of cards in the deck. There's heroes and treasure. So right now all you've got in your hand is heroes. As you get more heroes, they will, replace some of these cards they have in your hand. You'll eventually have a deck of cards that you're drawing from instead of just these starter cards. You'll always start each round with 7 cards in your hand.
Question for you. Sorry
yes.
to interrupt.
Uh-huh.
Can you see this card on my deck at all?
I can see it. Yes.
Okay. It's just black for me.
Oh. Well, that's weird.
It looks like a Polaroid photo. I can see that. That's a knight. That's fine.
Can you see the back of it?
Yeah.
Okay, when you put it into your hand. Okay, yeah, so it's the same thing for me when they're in your hand. I just see like black with the small white bar at the bottom.
Yeah, for some reason. Oh, no.
When you take it out of your hand, I see what the card's supposed to be.
I know that it's a soldier because it sometimes shows itself, but as soon as I deal it to myself, it becomes invisible. It's got to be a glitch for Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah, it's very weird. Don't know what to tell you there because you do kind of need to know.
Well, this one's a soldier.
What your cards are.
Okay, well, I know that's a soldier, so that is fine.
Okay. Let me know if this becomes a problem more as we play.
Sure.
So it seems like that's going to be tough to deal with, but maybe you can play around it. Anyways, there's 2 types of cards in the deck right now. There's heroes and treasure. Treasure, when you win treasure, it goes off to the side of your board, and it's just points. You need 15 points in order to win the game. Sometimes there are also going to be those Chrono Shard cards mixed in with the treasure, and so those are not worth points, but they are going to soup up your guys a little bit, so they're still worth winning. I think. I'm not sure exactly how worth winning they are, but that's kind of what we're trying to find out. So when you win treasure, it just goes off to the side and can't be touched. When you win heroes, they will go to your discard pile and eventually get shuffled back into your deck and then drawn back into your hand in classic deck builder fashion.
Got it. Yeah.
So every round, we're going to draw a hand of 7 cards from our deck. Right now, we only have 7 cards in the deck, so our whole deck is our hand.
Okay.
And we're only going to have these 7 cards in order to bid on these 3 cards from the top of the treasure deck over 3 battles. There's 3 battles in every round. So every time that we battle, we're going to flip over one of these cards, and then we will take turns bidding on it. So we will... I'm realizing that we also need a peaceful card in order to do this, but we'll just... I'll put a little chip in here. Whoever has that chip is peaceful, we'll say. So one of us will be peaceful. We'll say that you're peaceful for this. The player who is not peaceful has to bid first on this card. So you can bid as many or as few cards from your hand as you want, and you play them face down. So I might go like this, and maybe I want to play that too, and that's my bid. And now it passes to you. So now you can bid as many or as few cards as you want from your hand. You can see how many cards I bid, but since it's our first hand of the game, you might be able to guess what I've bid here, because we do start with the same cards.
Yeah. Okay, so I bid my cards face down now.
Yeah, it doesn't super matter for the peaceful player whether they play them face up or face down, because you're just going to flip them over as soon as you play them, basically.
Okay.
So you can press F. F is the hotkey to flip cards in your hand. That's what I was doing to play them face down.
Yeah.
So maybe you just want to flip them first and then put them down.
Sure. Okay.
All right. Then once we've both bid, we just flip our cards, and we see who won.
Okay.
So whoever has more power in play will win the battle. Since you've got 2 twos, you win. So you get this card, and you're going to take that and all the cards that you played and discard everything. Now that goes to your discard pile.
Got it.
Yeah. So that all goes to your discard pile, which is going to live somewhere on this board. Doesn't matter where.
Sure.
And then I discard my cards as well. and then we move on to the next battle, and I become peaceful because I lost that battle. So peaceful gets passed back and forth between us whenever we win or lose battles. So the losing player always gets this little peaceful token. And there's a few advantages to being peaceful. First of all, like you just saw, you get to bid second, which is always a nice advantage.
Yeah.
You also will get to break ties. So if we ever bid the same amount, the power comes out to equal. The peaceful player will win the tie. And then the third advantage isn't going to matter for this game because we don't have the mashup cards in here, but there's supposed to be 6 cards in this deck that are called mashup cards. And whenever one of those comes out, the peaceful player gets to decide whether we are going to trade hands, trade decks, or trade discard piles. So it really mixes everything up, mashes everything up, you might even say.
Wow.
And introduces a bit of chaos to the game. So, but we're not going to have any of those cards in this deck. It's not going to matter a ton for just playtesting purposes to see the power of these cards, really.
Yeah.
But just keep in mind that is something that's normally there. So now we flip over the next card that we're bidding on. Oh, did we not shuffle this deck? I probably didn't shuffle this deck. That's fine. We'll shuffle it now. And then the next cards will not be all time gazers. Okay, so now you bid first because I am peaceful. So you decide how many you want to put down for this.
Okay.
Should probably read this to see what it does. What's the hotkey? Alt? Yeah. So if you hover over a card and press Alt, it'll show you a zoomed in image of the card, which is a useful little tip.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I put my cards down.
Excellent. I think I will play... I'll play this. And I'll also play this.
Okay.
Flip them. Okay, you've got 2 power. I've got a summoner. Now there's some text on this card. So the peaceful player, the player who's not peaceful, will resolve their text first. But since you don't have any text on your card, I guess it does say card text. I forgot to take that off. That's funny. So if you had text, you would resolve yours before mine. But since you don't, I'll just go ahead and do mine. So we take the top card of this deck, and the summoner basically becomes this card for this battle. Okay, so it's a Chrono Shard. If it's a treasure or a mashup card, then nothing happens. The summoner is just a 0 power card. And this goes back to the bottom of the deck. So that kind of sucks for me. Because now you've won 2 in a row. Yeah. And you get to take that card and your other cards. And now you've got a nice little stockpile going. Okay, so for the third battle in each round, almost always makes sense to just go all in. So we're both just going to put all our cards on the table here, and we'll compare power.
I think you're going to win because you've played less.
Maybe. You've got the summoner, though, which could come in clutch for you.
That's true.
So let's find out if you win all 3 of these battles or not. Oh,
Whoa!
Yeah, you absolutely do. Check that out.
Is in my favor.
For each Chrono Shard, you have discard one of your opponent's cards. Yeah, there's no Chrono Shards, so you just win the battle. You got all 3 of those. Wow, congratulations.
And then this goes back to the bottom of the deck, right?
Yes, so that goes back to the bottom, exactly. I will put it there. Whoa, that was a fun little spin move. Okay, so now it's time to start the next round. If we had any cards in our deck, we would first draw from there. But since neither of us do, you just shuffle up your discard pile and draw 7 cards from that. I will actually have the exact same 7 cards because I did not win any last round. But you might have some new ones in your hand. We deal out 3 from this. And since you won the last battle, you will once again bid first on Star Hero. 3 power. And you may choose the ability of another Star Chaser you have in play and use it as this ability.
Okay. It's,
What do you got?
Got 2 cards.
2 cards? 2 cards?
Yeah.
Just 2?
2 little cards.
I think you're bluffing me. I think that's 2 ones. Yeah,
All
so
right.
I'm just going to play this. 1,
Okay.
2. Let's see, you get... Oh, wow, no, you wanted that one. Okay.
Yeah, I did want that one. Yeah.
Well, you handily secure Star Hero for yourself, and then I think Time Gazer also has a thing you can do.
Yeah, search for your deck for a card and retire it.
Okay, so retire is basically just removed from play. So you remove it from your deck entirely, it goes up above this deck. And I don't think there's any way to get retired cards back in this deck, so...
Do I get it from my hand, or do I get it from
your
my deck?
deck? From your deck is what it's supposed to be, so... I think you can right-click on a deck and then search.
Yeah, search it. Yeah.
So you can just pull any card out of there. It says you may do this, so you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but usually it's good to do it.
I'm going to do a super controversial thing.
Uh-oh. Who are you retiring?
I'm going to retire my summoner.
Oh, you don't like the summoner, huh?
It's too risky.
It is pretty high roll, although it won you that last battle last time. He's been good to you so far.
It did. I have 100% success rate with it, and I'm retiring
You're going to quit while you're ahead. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, next battle. Battle gets discarded. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, Starbot. Are we sure that I shuffled these? Because it does kind of seem like they're just in order still.
You did shuffle them, didn't you?
I did. I did shuffle them. All right, why don't you bid? Discard one of your opponent's cards in play. That's pretty good.
Yeah. All right.
2 for Starbot?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the most you could have here is 5. So I will also put 5 on the table.
Okay.
Flip them. Oop. Whoa. There we go.
You win this round.
Oh yeah, I win that a lot. Okay. Okay, alright. Excellent bluff. Well played.
Thank
and now
you,
for our last one, I've got 2 in my summoner. What do you got?
I have 2 and a soldier. So you got to beat, because you got the peaceful.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
I gotta. So I need just 1 point.
You
One
just need a
measly point from my summoner. Come on. Oh! This always happens to me. That's how it always goes with my summoner.
You made this game and it hates you.
Yeah. I made it so I could lose at more games. All right, well, at least I won 1 card that round.
You did.
So that's an improvement from last round. Still no treasure, which is a little surprising.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see how this shakes out. Normally you play to 15 points. So whoever gets 15 points of treasure first wins.
0.
Yeah, we're at 0. We are starting to close in on 5 p.m. here, so why don't we just play for another 10 minutes and see where that gets us? Cool.
Listen, I'm having fun, so.
Nice. Me too. I would play longer, except I'm kind of on a schedule today.
Yeah, you're busy.
Gotta get to the gym. I gotta make some dinner. I gotta play some Pokemon cards. Man, I'm stoked to play Pokemon cards. I think what I'm gonna do is while I'm at the gym, just place a nice big Papa John's order and run home and pick up pizza on my way back. Just have a real gamer Friday, you know what I mean?
Whoa, yeah.
Okay,
oh,
whoa! Well, hey-o! There's some treasure.
Okay, okay.
Okay, this is pretty epic.
Alright, I'm ready.
Well, bid. You're bidding first.
Kind of a random. Or one of my cards.
Oh no! Oh no! What are you doing? You just put a card back into your.
So it was not in my deck. It was like dangling above it, like off to the side, and I think it should have been shuffled with the rest, and it just wasn't there. So
okay, interesting.
I just put it in and shuffled. I wasn't trying to do anything funky.
Seems like you're cheating, but whatever.
There is no funky monkey business.
You don't even need to cheat, dude. You're already kicking my butt.
Do I have? Am I
you
peaceful?
bid. Yeah.
Peaceful?
No,
I go first.
I'm still peaceful because you won that last one. You bid first.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You actually should have been peaceful for the third battle of last round.
That's
but it doesn't matter. You won it anyways. 2?
Yep.
All right, I'll go like this, and like this, and what the heck? I'll go like this. Got 4 and a summoner.
I did not mean to ping that. My apologies.
Look at my card.
Look at this card.
Oh, you bluffed me. Look at that. You hate to see. Wow, you didn't even want the treasure, huh? That's
no,
points.
I want treasure. I know. It's crazy, right?
That's points.
Who needs to win a game, you know?
Yeah, true. It is gonna be very embarrassing for me if I lose this, so I appreciate what you're doing here. All right, Dark Mage from the faction.
Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Put any Jacques Shelton cards you
want. Okay, yeah, that's what the faction's supposed to be called.
Yeah.
Jacques Shelton. So well, it's just the teal cards is what that means.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have to bid first now. You can have this peaceful token.
Oh.
And I will...
Okay.
I'll play 3.
Okay. That's kind of crazy. That's a little wild.
Yeah, back off, bud. This is mine. I want this card.
Okay. I will play 3 as well.
Okay. I bet they're stronger than my 3.
See what you got.
I've got 3 points.
All right, you're a little rapscallion. I've got these 2.
Oh yeah, okay.
And if I have one other Star Chaser in play, which I do, right? Because that's the color.
Yes.
I can steal a Chrono Shard for my opponent.
Oh, well, it's the shame though is that I don't have any Chrono Shards.
Is that not what this is? Is the treasure not a Chrono Shard?
No, yeah, sorry. Not to Calvin Ball you here, but there are specific cards in the deck called Chrono Shards. Chrono Shard is a type of treasure, but not all treasure is Chrono Shard.
Got it. I wish I had known that, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, you won this one anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I also draw a card for each.
Oh my gosh, that's way too strong.
3 cards.
That's just way.
I didn't make the game. You can take it up with the person who made the game.
Yeah, I gotta nerf that card. That's way too strong. All right, well, let's see who wins this last one. I wonder who it'll be. Give me that peaceful token. I earned that. Okay, we're bidding over Starbot.
Okay.
Cards on the table. Let's see it.
Well,
what do you got?
I've got quite a few cards, so...
Slam them all down.
I got this one. I got this one. I got this one.
Yep.
I got this one.
Oh, yeah.
I got this one.
That's 10 points.
It is 10 points, yeah.
You got double time gazers. You could double mill your deck if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah. I guess let me see what my deck has in it.
Yeah, let me see what's in that deck.
Wow, okay.
I'm taking a peek too.
It won't let me view.
Oh yeah, wait, it won't let me search it either. I guess maybe because it's just one card.
Just one card? Yeah. All right, well, what can I build? Sure, I'll mill it.
Okay. Well, get a load of this. Check out my awesome card. That's called a Knight. Ever heard of it before? That's 2 points. Which doesn't win it for me, but...
Okay.
You can have that.
Group it. Flip it. Shuffle.
Bop it.
Oops. And then I want to
Can we shuffle this, please? Ugh, I wish there was like a hotkey to turn a pile of cards into a deck.
Me too.
That'd be a nice feature. There's like a lot of features that Tabletop Simulator really should have by now.
Tabletop Simulator is almost perfect. And what's frustrating is that it has been almost perfect for like 8 years now.
Yeah. So true. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay. You're been first on Bird of Light.
For each chrono shard you have, take a
gosh.
card from your discard into play. Okay.
Yeesh. That is a big one. If you select all cards and press G, you can... Oh! Okay. Look at that. There is a hotkey.
Okay. I've got mine.
Thanks for the tip. Really appreciate that. I'm going to try that out the next time I have to pick up my discard pile. Bird of Light?
Here.
I mean, that's a good card. I need to win this.
You know what? I am enjoying Mythmash. I gotta say, I'm having fun with it.
I'm glad.
You know who would love this? You know who we got to get on this?
Charlie.
Charlie. How'd you know I was gonna say that?
Yeah. How did I know that? Lucky guess, I guess.
Yeah. I'm sure I've told you this before, but Charlie's currently one of the top 100 Marvel Snap players in the world.
That's crazy. The last time he told me that stat, he was top 500.
He's top 100 now.
He's climbed the ranks. Wow.
Ironically is not the right word. Serendipitously, he lives in Central Florida, and the Marvel Snap World Championship is taking place in Tampa, Florida.
And he's going,
year.
I'm sure.
He was like, should I go? And I was like, why would you not go?
Yeah,
like
you're top 100 players.
Like, I was like, I can see you being like, I don't know. It's like, I could see you being like, I don't know if I should go, like, wobbling on it if it was in, like, Chicago or LA. And I could see you being like, I'm not going to it if it's in London. But it's literally a 3-hour drive from you. Why would you not show up to it?
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm surprised he didn't get, like, a special invite or something, you know?
I know, it is kind of weird.
Usually
Well, he's hoping. He also is an editor for the website that, you know, you're telling me about that website that only does Pokemon TCG stuff?
Yeah.
He's an editor on the website equivalent of that for Marvel Snap.
Okay. Nice.
He writes articles for them. And he was like, I'm hoping that they'll just pay me to go there. And then it's kind of like a win-win. And I'm like, again, I don't see why they wouldn't, because they don't have to pay airfare for somebody to be there. Like, it all makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's a really interesting story, Arl. Unfortunately, I need you to start up for a second. I have a really important chat that I need to read.
Okay,
this just came in. So it says, hello, sorry for bothering you. I want to offer promotion of your channel, viewers, followers, views, chatbots, etc. Wow. How does he know I'm using chatbots?
You know what?
Yeah. All the price is lower than any competitor. Oh my gosh, it's lower than any competitor?
Any of them. All
right.
of them.
I'm gonna need to
The band.
I'm gonna need to follow up on that.
Okay. +2 power for each chrono shard your opponent has. Okay. Well, my opponent doesn't have any chrono shards.
Oh, you know, this is a good opportunity actually. I'm gonna hit you with the first ever mods ban this guy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't need to make you a mod though.
Yeah, I'm not a mod.
I gotta mod you up real quick. Hold on.
I would love the Banhammer.
Can you say something in chat real quick so I can?
Yeah.
So this is easy for me.
There you go.
Okay, great. And Arson or whatever, go ahead and just ban. Nice.
Oh, you're gonna ban me?
Yeah.
This guy, he didn't appear in my chat. Did you delete the comment?
No, I didn't. It's still there on me. On my end.
Refresh.
Wait, how do I mod you?
Oh, there he is.
Timeout. I can warn you. Okay, there it is. I can mod you. Great. There you go.
Wow.
Mods ban him.
Alright, let me go to mod view. Let me go to this guy. We are going to swing that ban hammer. And there it is.
Swing! Out of the park.
I don't know.
awesome.
I don't know when the term banhammer entered the public vernacular, but it's a great term.
It is. I agree.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's play this game.
You won this round. You won the last round.
Oh yeah, so you were peaceful.
I get the sharing
I got a bid
stick.
first on the warrior.
Yeah.
Yes, a warrior, huh? Okay, well. 2 for the warrior.
Okay. I'm genuinely thinking right now. I'm trying to strategize.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that. It's a very deep game.
Okay. I'll put 2 in as well.
All right, flip them. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Look at that, baited.
And
Baited and outsmarted.
All right.
Time gazer. I feel like this time gazer ability is actually just kind of annoying.
Well,
You know?
it does make my deck stronger every time.
Yeah.
So I am now going to get rid of this soldier.
Okay.
I don't need these low cost, low IQ cards in my deck. Oops. Yeah. Cool.
Cool.
I take this.
Yeah, you
Put
can
it
have
here.
that. And let's see if you can defeat my final gambit.
Which card should you? Okay. I actually
I think you
maybe
do.
can.
I think you can.
Well, I don't get to play the cards from the Time Weaver, so
Oh, look
I
at
just draw.
this.
So you actually win this one.
Oh my gosh. Okay, look at that. That's awesome for me.
Yeah.
I needed to win 2 this round. Okay.
Look at my deck.
Well, it is 5:03. I kind of want to play one
Okay.
more round, though. Let's play one more round.
Yeah, let's do one more round. Let's do one more round. I'm in no rush. Let's go.
Heck yeah.
Fix it here. Put
Draw
this
the
in
last
here.
card for my deck.
Group everything. Flip everything.
Remember, you can press G to.
Whoa.
Did you get to use that fun tip?
2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Whoa.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7. Flip, flip, flip. Ah. There we go. All right. You were peaceful, so I'm
Chrono
getting
Shard.
first. Oh, yes, Chrono Shard. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I need that. I need that. I need to bid big. And I'm definitely not just bluffing.
Sounds like you're bluffing.
I'm not. I just said that I wasn't.
I was a bluffing man. Those are the words I would say.
I'm not bluffing. I'm really about to bid a lot on this.
Okay, well, let's see. I'm eager to see.
Okay, there's one. I'm not done.
Okay. Yeah, take your time.
Okay, and then I'll do this. And then I'll do this. No. Wait, did I not draw enough cards? Yeah, I only have 6 cards. I'm going to take another one. No, okay, fine. This.
Okay. All right.
Give me this Chrono Shard.
Playing
It's
these.
such a bad idea. Why am I doing this?
All right.
All right, flip them. Okay, I did actually.
I genuinely did think you were bluffing, so...
Yeah. Well, I kind of was bluffing. Well, I was bluffing and then changed my mind halfway through by playing these two. So I'm not sure exactly what my strategy was there.
Yeah, I'm going to do my Time Gazer. I draw 4 cards for my deck
That's
now.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 for each card I have in play. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, but here's some fun sequencing stuff. So, I don't know how many cards you have in your deck, but if you do the Time Gazer first... So, okay, I should explain. You have to resolve all of the abilities of your cards in play, but you can resolve them in whatever order you want. So, there is a world where if you play Time Gazer first, you can mill out more of the bad cards before you draw them with Time Weaver. Just a little nuance for you. Oh, I DC'd from call? Hold on. Arl's saying I disconnect. Oh, wow. Discord crashed. Look at that.
Hello.
Hi, I'm back. That's weird.
Welcome back.
I didn't... the stream didn't crash. I'm still online. I just... Discord turned off for a second for some reason.
Were you hand yelling at me about something? Did I do something wrong?
No, I was trying to mansplain the sequencing of your cards to you.
Oh, yeah, I did it in the wrong order, I think. But
probably.
It's okay. It worked out anyway.
But that's fun, right? That's cool for sequencing to matter.
It is cool for sequencing to matter. I agree with you. Okay.
I'll do this fun trick where you press G. Oh, yeah, look how nice that is. That's exactly what I wanted that to do.
Gorge.
And I get the Chrono Shard.
And you get the Chrono Shard.
Oh, wait, I should have waited to play one of those. Okay, I messed that up. Oh, well.
It's fine.
I messed up my sequencing. You were peaceful. I bid first.
If the reward for this battle is a Chrono Shard plus 4 power, that's kind of sick.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do... I'll do one. Who am I even kidding? I'm not going to either of these battles. You've got like 20 cards in your hand.
There does seem to be a power creep.
Yes.
If I may say so.
Power creep, power creep as the game goes on. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what you want, right?
I mean, not? I guess it's hard. It's hard to at one point somebody can just have so many cards that they can outbid on everything, theoretically.
Right. Okay. So that is what the mashups kind of are meant to control a little bit, which we're not playing with right now. You're right. It is kind of easy for one player to just kind of run away with the game. I will say it's a lot easier when there's a card in the deck that lets you draw 4 cards to your hand. That's like unprecedented. I think the most cards that anything will let you draw in the base game of Mythmash is 1. There's no more than 1 card draw. So
yeah,
that definitely needs to be put in line. But I've got 2.
Okay, cool. I've got this one.
Yeah, you've got so many. One.
So
you're gonna do some cool sequencing here.
Yeah, I mean, if I can discard one of my opponent's cards in play.
Oh,
so,
see you later.
And because I have one other Star Chaser in play, I can actually steal your Chrono Shard this time.
Oh my gosh, and you're going to steal the Chrono Shard on top of it. That's so mean.
That. Yeah, and then I'm going to take this card because I win, so thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's see how this last one goes. I've got some tricks up my sleeve here. I might pull this out.
Okay. All right. Go off. Yeah, you have 2 cards.
How many is that, like 6?
Yeah.
All right, well, check this out, pal.
Okay.
2.
Talk me through
and for each Chrono Shard I have, I get to choose a card from my discard pile and add its power to this card. And I have to... okay. I actually don't have any Chrono Shards anymore, so that's a 0.
Yeah.
So what do you have over here, like 20? You got like 10 10 powers.
2, 4, 6, 8, 11, 14.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
Nice. Oh, plus this is oh no, not for each. For each chrono shard your opponent has. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. That's
you
nothing.
You don't recall. You have 0 chrono shards.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that is basically how this would go. Just kind of keep playing back and forth until we get to 15 treasure. It seems like I don't know where the treasure is in this deck, but
what do you do? What do you do when the deck runs out of cards? Does the game just end?
So it's set up in such a way that you, by the time you get to the end of the deck, somebody will have 15 points of treasure. There's, I think, gosh, I don't even know how many points, but it's impossible to run out of cards in the deck without somebody getting to 15. Yeah. Well, I think that was some good play testing.
I'm genuinely eager to play more. Was it? It's 2 to 4 player game.
It's just 2. It's only 2.
Oh, just 2.
Head to head.
1v1.
Yep. Yeah. Just 1v1s. 4-player version would be cool. Maybe that's something to think about. With
well, the attempt to do the math on how many people you can add if you combine both versions of Mishmash.
Yeah, that's something. That's interesting.
Does combining both Mishmashes give there enough points for it to become a potential 3-person variant or 4-person?
Almost certainly it would. The bigger question is, how do you resolve these things? Is there still only one winner? There's 3 battles every round. There's 4 players. Somebody's not going to win one every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think probably what we'd have to do for that is have 2 rewards for each battle, and the person with the most power picks theirs first, and then the person with the second most power picks theirs afterwards. But then, how does peaceful work? Is everybody that didn't win last round peaceful now? How does the bidding order work? So there's a lot to consider. Much to consider. But, yeah, definitely something I would think about before putting out the second version. So, cool, dude. Well, thanks for playing.
Of course. I'm eager to play more. I'm also going to reach out to Charlie. I know Charlie would love this game, and he's going to have some great feedback for it.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. We'll for sure get him in here sometime. But I think that is going to do it for me here at the studio. I am going to be back here in about, I think 2 hours is going to be plenty of time for me to get my errands run and then turn back on. Because we're playing some Pokemon tonight. Playing Pokemon trading card game. So that is happening here in about 2 hours. But until then, thanks everybody for tuning in. It's been a lot of fun. And I'll see you real soon with some more game design goodness. So,
hell yeah.
Take it easy. Enjoy your Friday. Peace out. Bye-bye.
Bye.